Thank you for visiting my page, Kashif Music. I really appreciate you coming through. If you would like, subscribe, like this video, share it, all those things that everyone says. Otherwise, no one would subscribe, or no one would like, or no one would share. I figure if you like it, you'll do one of those. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to talk about just some effective ways to warm up, effective ways to practice. Okay. That's pretty much it. That's what I'm talking about. So I advise any of my students that when you practice, either you use a backing track, a metronome, one of those things. And using those things is actually a great method to, get faster, or you're able to build your endurance, okay, throughout a song. Because you don't want to play a song and you get tired during the song. You want to be able to play throughout an entire song. And you may feel some tension, but you're able to get through the whole song. You learn how to become very relaxed, okay? Because some of the tension comes from just being tense in general, not because you didn't build up the muscle. Yeah, so it's very important to be able to play a full song. It's very important to just feel comfortable. Like, this is why we practice. Okay, so let's get into the just different methods or things that I do to actually practice, like methods that I use. All right, so actually in the last video, I shared some ways to actually, strengthen your hands, and I mentioned this. I don't know what you call this. It's like a gripper or a hand exerciser. I also mentioned this. I mean, maybe this is a hand exerciser. It's one of them, but this exercises your individual fingers. So this is just a way to build endurance, just without playing guitar. I mentioned a tennis ball and some socks. They're washed. So those are, watch that whole video if you want to just spend some time with what I say about it. Now, as far as on guitar, this is purely guitar stuff. All right. Have a metronome handy. Have a loop track handy. Okay. Now loop tracks are less boring. A metronome is just a click like this. That's a metronome. For those of you that don't know what a metronome is, this is a metronome. I'm playing it. You can download a metronome app. I'm playing it from Logic right now, Logic Pro X. I have an app on my phone, okay, that also plays a metronome, as well as a guitar tuner app, okay? So start your metronome. All right. Now, some of you may say, man, I can't play that fast. Well, it's not about playing fast. It's all about how you use the tempo that you have. This tempo, you can play as fast as, or you can half it. You can half it again. Okay, so I choose a tempo of 120, or you can take it slower. I know there were some videos where I mentioned starting off very slow, but what I forgot to mention were the clicks in between help you to stay on tempo. Now, I can slow it down to 60 and I'm able to keep the tempo, but having the clicks in between help you to really stay on tempo. So keep that in mind. Even though what I shared is true, it works, it's good, but just keep in mind, if you have more clicks, it helps you to count, and if it's slower, say for instance, I'll say at 60, because I just had it at 120. So, and someone goes, Well, there are counts in between that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you don't want to do those in between counts, if you don't want to do that, you can just speed it up and let the metronome do the counting for you. And I'll bring it back up to 120 or 130 or whatever. But it helps you. 1, 2, 3. You can put the ands in between. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. But if you don't want to put the ands, you can just speed it up to like 180, and it'll sound like this. Like, well, not that. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So if the metronome is very fast, you don't have to play that fast. You can play half the speed that of what your metronome is actually set to. Now, you all may have noticed that I began to use a method that I have not explained yet. So one method that I use, and you can do this before you learn any scale, okay? You don't have to know any major scale, any minor scale, anything like that, but you can just place your fingers in each fret, okay? Place your fingers in each fret like this. Index finger is 1 fret, middle finger next fret, ring finger next fret. Your pinky is the next fret. Now, if you're not comfortable with starting it with that, like that way, well, you can just do 2 frets at a time or 3 frets at a time, okay? You could do that. But what this does, it helps with your finger dexterity, and it helps the independence of each finger. And when it's time to learn how to switch notes and things like that, it's just helping you to do that. It's just oiling your joints. That's really what it is. Okay, so there's a variety of ways to do this exercise. So let's start this way. Let's start with 1 note, and that's it. But right now we're going to focus on our picking hand, or, you know, whether you're using your thumb or whatever it is that you're using, a quarter, whatever, a nickel, whatever you decide to use. Again, you can use your thumb, your finger, whatever. Just start your metronome. Let me bring the metronome back to 120. We're going to use 120. Okay. Now, if you can play at 120, congratulations. But if you can't, you can always slow it down, okay? And right now, don't slow the metronome down. Just slow your picking down, okay? I have my pick. Now, that can go on for minutes. I would actually recommend you do this for minutes at a time, okay? Now, some individuals may ask me, or some students may ask me, like, how long do I do it? Just like you're in a gym. I'm your guitar mentor, right? Guitar and music production mentor. So I'm also doing music production as classes, okay? Keep in mind, you want to feel tension. There's no growth. If you don't feel tension, there is no growth. None. All right? You may be able to say that I remember where this is, but when it comes to actually playing, if you don't sense any tension, there's nothing for the body to actually adjust to. You want your body to find something to adjust to and adapt to. In fact, when people work out in the gym, they say no pain, no gain. Like if there's no burn in the gym, there's not a change that is taking place. I know, okay? You want to look for a little bit of burn, just a little bit. And you're not going to feel it at first. So if you're just, and you want to do it on beat. If you're not doing it on beat, you might want to slow it down a little bit, okay? Or you can have your picking, instead of doing it every click, do it every other click. Okay, so now we're going to focus on, like, we got the downs in place. Let's bring some ups into place. try to make your ups and downs sound the same as far as how loud and everything. Okay. So let's keep going. Now I'm going to double it up. Now you can forever double it up. Okay. I'm going to double it up again. And we'll stop there. Now we want to start going to other frets. All right. Now we're going to go to 2 frets. Okay, now let's go to 3 frets. Okay, let's double per fret. Let's do a double pick up and down per fret like this. All right, let's try to do all 4 frets. Okay, that, we're getting somewhere. It almost starts to sound like a song after a while. But again, this is a like chromatic steps between 4 frets. Okay, and chromatic steps just means half steps. From here to here, those are half steps. Okay, in terms of tone. And start there. Now, when you start to advance your comfortability, it's time to take it to the next string. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, and you can slow that down and speed it up. All right, so then when that becomes comfortable, like take it to one pick per note. All right. And do it up and down. Guess what? Go up. And you can do it either way. You can go or, which I recommend doing them both ways, and just keep going up the neck. All right. Now, you do it the whole neck, you will feel it. In fact, you may feel it before you even start doing each string. You may feel that tension. Okay. I still do this to this day. Like if my hands, especially during the wintertime, if my hands feel cramped, I start here or maybe here. Then I go to my pinky and ring finger. Then I start to combine them. I do it within a 5-minute period. Okay, and I keep going. All right. And this is just like a simple exercise. Okay. Now, as far as chords, if you know chords, of course you want to practice chord changes. Okay. If you're going from a major chord to another major chord, practice that change. Or if you're using a pick, and do it over and over. Do it till you get sleepy. Don't be afraid of that. I practice till I get sleepy sometimes. Like I'm like dozing. That's me though. Okay. Do it with scales. Play your C scale. If you can't play it that fast, have a pick, do it with your thumb. Okay, so but play a metronome. A metronome helps you to find a rhythm. Okay, you don't want to just do it in your head. You want to play almost to the point where you don't hear the click anymore. All right. But just know that you can double up your note strums. You can double them up. The C scale again. Or you can speed it up. Let me do that again. All right. So that's an introduction, at least, to how I warm up when I'm preparing to play guitar for it, like a set, a Sunday church set or something like that. I do it every single time. Every single time. That same exact warm up. And I literally go up the neck. Sorry about that. If you're playing and you're you got a good hand position and you got the chord ringing out, challenge yourself on how long you can hold that chord and just strum it over and over. And hold it as long as you can hold it. Okay? Practice changing chords, okay? Because that's really what a salsa is like. Practice that. And if it feels comfortable, you doing it one time, well, do it a whole bunch do it 2 minutes straight and do it till you feel the tension. All right. So I hope that was helpful. I'll share some other exercises with you as well in the future. Thank you so much. Subscribe, like, share. I love y'all. Peace.